Game Theory in International Relations, Part 6. Well, a model of the USSR arms race provides a good analogy here. Well, if we mention the US, here the US faces virtually the same calculation as player A in the prisoner's dilemma. If the US chooses low arms spending, the worst possible outcome for it is that the USSR will continue high arms spending and thus obtain a strong military and potential advantage internationally at a cost to the US of 100 and a gain for the USSR of minus 50. Say for instance, let me reiterate for uh, if US stops the arms race and USSR continues with the arms race, so they will obtain a strong military and a political advantage internationally at a cost of US of 100 and a gain of USSR of 50. If the US chooses high arms spending, the worst possible outcome is mutually costly arms race. If the US chooses low arms spending, it will be seriously disadvantageous. Similarly, the USSR chooses high arms spending regardless of what US does. The dominant outcome is an arms race. Conclusion. Many scholars interested in democratic transitions use the game theory to explain how different political actors interact in the process of transition and consolidation of democracy. The strength of the game theory is to emphasize the human nature has many latent possibilities. Which of them are realized in any given situation depends largely on the structural incentive that it exhibits. Thus, peaceful coexistence may degenerate with remarkable rapidly into with uh, remarkable rapidly into violent conflict if fueled by the fear, especially the fear of preemptive attacks, it can have the wrong results. Let me share with you an example. It's a case study. An example. Iran's nuclear program has generated global suspicion and concern. We often read news about the possibility of an Israel or a US attack on Iranian nuclear facilities. The general idea is that if Israel or the US actually attacks Iran, it would surely retaliate. Thus, they will have to foresee the consequences of any such action against Iran. On the other hand, Iran too will assess the magnitude of cost required to deter an attack. Yet the attacker can guess that Iran has strong incentive to misrepresent its incentive in its will and ability to retaliate. Iran can in turn try to guess whether the attacker takes its stand about its retaliation seriously. This interaction aptly describes a game in which best choices of Iran and the attacker depend on their forecast of each other's behavior. Well, this is a situation, in fact, of uh, Israel or US can attack Iran, then Iran will retaliate. And if Iran attacks, what is the cost of that attack? And of course, what is the response by Israel and US, or so to say, the allies? So, this guess of the loss, in fact, knits the game. And this is an example. Sometimes they do not indulge themselves in a war, they do not indulge themselves in an activity, but they keep on guessing each other's behavior. They keep on guessing and forecasting the results. And that's what the game is all about. That's all for the day. Bye bye. See you tomorrow with other videos.